Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening, or this afternoon. And like I say, every other show, I'm your host. But don't worry, because the news is that from the 29th of March, Grassroots football returns. I can imagine the managers out there, the referees, the players, the parents. I think everyone will be ecstatic. That's if you're involved in grassroots football, by the way. Now, I wonder what the preparations are. I can see kits all over social media, brand new ones getting ordered because the kids probably grown a lot since they really started the season back in December, because kids do grow pretty quickly. And all the plans, I can imagine all the referees are booked up now from the Monday up till right the way through to the Easter period, where we're putting on our tournament, and we're down in Ellesmere Port just to get the feel of all the pitches and what have you. And what we'll do is any concerns that we may have or anything, will come right back to you. We'll feed right back to all the managers, but we've been inundated. Thank you very much for the tournament that we are doing on the Good Friday and the Easter Monday for the girls. It's under 10s, and probably on these pitches there'll always be lower age groups, but we're in the process of doing a lot more, I assure you, to bring some super tournaments to Ellesmere Port and also Ainsdale. So it's music to your ears in grassroots football, music to all the coaches who are really raring to go. Now, we're not too sure whether many teams have folded, but it doesn't look like it. It seems to be that many teams are just carrying on as normal, and I'm sure all the leagues with the fixtures have been inundated as well. I did see over social media where leagues are asking teams if they don't feel comfortable and wanting to return, then it's entirely up to them whether you come back or whether you don't come back. The place will be kept to the following season. So I'm not too sure about that. Goes to the Liberal leagues or local leagues here. What's your league doing about it? Have you give your teams the option for that? Because I'll guarantee you Liverpool will just be, it'll be heaving. I can't see many teams not wanting to play because the kids are just raring to go. And as we talked to some of the kids on our Young Commentators Welcome and All project last night, we were asking about what they think about the football being returning, and they're all made up, they're all ecstatic, they're all raring to go themselves, can't wait to get back involved in grassroots football. And it must be great for those kids to get their bodies, the adrenaline going again, to get some exercise in them. I'm not saying that they haven't been exercising, but most of them have probably been stuck in on the games. And you do get lazy, you know, we've all been there as a child, haven't we? And if you've got something you're liking and you don't want to go out, then that's what you'll be doing. You can't really go out, so most of the time you're close to the house or you're stuck in. Teenagers, not too sure about them because I have seen many of them out during lockdown, and we still are in lockdown, but I can't say that the teenagers have been listening to lockdown. And I think you teenagers yourselves know where I'm coming from. I think you've just got to get out, and maybe I'd have done the same as I'd have been a teenager as well. You know, you'd want to get out, but in my days it was a little bit stricter. There was no way we would have got out, not in a million years, and it would have been a real lockdown, I assure you. But some of you teenagers probably very pushing out to your mums and dads and grandparents and telling them you'll be safe, not a worry, I've got my mask, I'm only going round the corner to so-and-so's, even though you're not supposed to. But that's the way society is, I suppose, at the moment. Anyway, we're still in lockdown. 29th of March is the return of grassroots football. I'm sure the likes of Jeffrey Humble and all these hubs will be inundated with teams, can't wait to get back. Even the amateurs, the adults, they're all ready to go as well. Will it be good for society? How's crime been? Have you noticed on the news since? It has been low, has been very, very low during lockdown, I must admit, so they kept the crime figures down. And there's a lot changed because the majority of people now have had their COVID vaccination. I had an incentive from work that I couldn't resist, so I joined the rest of the staff and had my first vaccine. It was nothing, no problem. Still swinging my arms, everything like that. It's just like someone's punched you in the arm. That's the effect I've had. Whether I get any effects later on down the line, I'm not too sure. But no, it's just like it's a nasty bruise on your arm, which we all get, don't we? And that's the ill effects that I'm feeling. I'm hopefully Going to do a little bit of a run later on there, trying to achieve a 10 miler just to see how I feel. Because everyone knows I've got a little medical problem. I'm going to continue running. And hopefully I'll get this marathon done on the 25th of May. If I'm not under the surgeon's knife beforehand, fingers crossed. I do want to get this run done. I do want to help raise 25,000 for the Run for Emily with the team. The lads are all keeping fit now, and as I say, I'm going to try a 10 miler later on. I've had some biscuits today, that'll be about it, and a few cups of tea, and I'll let that settle down and do a few exercises, a few stretches, and get myself going. And as soon as I get back off that run, then I'll have a nice meal, and that's the way I've been working myself lately. Lost the weight, feel good about it. I've got to keep fit and healthy, especially when it comes to going to meet the surgeon. I do believe that if I'm more healthier, the quicker I will get out of the operation, and I'll be able to do some drastic exercises trying to get myself fit, especially if it is before the run. Fingers crossed I can get the run done and then go and meet the surgeon, as they say. But I've planned to train hard. I still don't know whether I'm going to do the run, when I'm going to finish the run. It's still going to be really, really hard. But I feel better myself that the doctor has told me that I can continue with the run. Even though you're carrying a hernia, you can sometimes press that in, wear your tight pants, they don't work. They don't work. If anyone's got any ideas out there, please, if you've been through it yourselves, mal@don'textheline.com, I'm all ears. I need to find out what it is rather than pressing it in as I'm running. It's a little bit uncomfortable. I couldn't do that for 26 miles. It was hard enough doing it for 6 miles the other day. I'm going to try it again for 10 miles a little bit later on. But as they say, this is what it's all about. Keeping fit, keeping active and keeping positive. And that's what our young commentators was last night with the kids. Fit and active and positivity. That's staying positive. So get the negativity out of your head and try and think positive as much as you can. We're only human. We're going to get some negativity through our lives. We know that. We'll all be depressed on something that's gone wrong. We've got to keep alive. We've got to keep motivated. We've got to keep pushing ourselves and make a difference, not just to everyone else, but to yourself as well. Because if you're going downhill, then the people around you that you're helping, maybe, I'm contradicting myself here, aren't I? I know I am, because I'm trying to push to do a run for Emily, and I want to do or go through the pain barrier. But if you're not around, I suppose you can't help that many people. But I'm geared up for it, and I do thank all the concerns and all the well wishes. People have been getting in touch with me and saying, well, take it easy and keep yourself nice and healthy. It is your life, it is your fitness, but I'm only going off the doctor's orders, and the doctor did say I'm okay to train and run. So if that doctor had told me I couldn't, I'd have announced I couldn't, but he didn't. And you know, okay, if the surgeon comes first, then we'll have to cross that bridge, face that hurdle when it comes to it. But as I say, positivity was last night's topic with Wayne. Wayne was absolutely brilliant. We gave the kids a sneak preview of the studio. They were all excited, and then we told them what we're expecting of them. But confidence building, second to none. We've got a great bunch of kids, I assure you. They're absolutely fantastic. And they're giving us ideas, and the confidence is oozing out of them. They're getting to know us. They're understanding what we're wanting out of them, because we want them to promote themselves when it comes to them being confident and positive when the interviews come along. It's just going to be amazing, and you've got to watch for it, because we are going to film them live. We will have live shows. We'll be putting it up and give you little sneaky previews about it, and get these on the social media so you can have a little look, and maybe you can see what the kids have missed out on by not joining. And if we do it again, which we hope to do again in the future, then you can jump on board with us as well. But we want to try and keep those kids active, fit, healthy, laughing, bubbly, the way they are now. I think they understand where we're coming from. It's not like school work. We're not teachers. We're not putting them in the education and telling them. We're just giving them some hope for the future. And you know, when they go out to a job, they may be 11, they may be 12, but they're listening, they're taking it on board, and they're doing little bits of, you could call it homework, but it's fun and games, and they're coming back. It's no pressure on them. It's just them getting to understand what we're going on about life and positivity and real good thinking, and giving them that confidence to build their motivation to live their dream, to aim for their targets, what they want. That's what it's all about, young commentators. Welcome and all, and our youth project. That is it, you know, and the kids are going to have a say, a big, big say. We're giving the kids a voice, and that's what we want to do. And honestly, when you see, because everyone will be filmed on the interview, and it will also be on WordPress, so you can hear that. You don't have to watch it if you're listening out to us on the WordPress show. But it really is amazing what Don't Cross the Line is bringing together, and we're trying, as I say, keep these kids active through lockdown, because we're still in lockdown. We've probably still got another month, haven't we, of lockdown, if that's what we're calling it. But the kids are looking forward to it. We're getting messages off the parents who are really positive for us, amazed up with what we're doing, and they can understand what we're trying to bring out of that child, because mums and dads don't, they just tell them, look, your teacher's on the phone there, or your teacher's coming on team, whatever it's called, that you're all on there as well. You, as a parent, are just saying, look, Tommy, you've got to do that, or look, Sheila, you've got to do that. Make sure that you're doing that way. Make sure you're online for that school teacher. And the kids are like, yeah. And we were surprised. We thought, because we're on Zoom, it was never intended to be on Zoom. It was always intended to be in the studio, in our workshops, getting the kids motivated, bringing them together, hands-on, using the microphones, really learning how to do the podcasting. But it wasn't to be, because lockdown's affected that, so we had to come up with some idea, and Wayne has been absolutely brilliant from Pinnacle. He's brought it all together. We brought Wayne in to talk to the kids, build up their confidence, get them ready for when we start the podcasting, and then we'll get Shannon, she likes to be called Shan, by the way, kids, so you'll have to get used to that. And she's going to be doing the photography, the editing side of things. It really is going to be good for you. You're going to learn a lot, and then you'll all be really confident. The kids will be confident when it goes out, and the celebrities come in and we meet them outside, and then they start commentating on the football. The young commentators, you can hear them, they're calling the kids names. It's going to be unique, it really is. What we're putting on is very unique indeed, and we've got people who are looking, and people who are very, very interested in what we're bringing to the children, I assure you. But I'm having those problems with that Zoom camera. If anyone's an expert in Zoom, my laptop will work on FaceTime, on the camera side of things I'm talking about, but as soon as I go onto the Zoom, now the camera's on, the light's on, but there's no picture whatsoever. We were trying, myself and Wayne, we were there all hours last night. We just couldn't do it. We just don't know what it is. It's worked 1 or 2 times on Zoom, and then suddenly for the last couple of weeks, no camera. I can't get the camera. So I don't know what is happening. Maybe next week I'll be using a big screen and just see if I can get that on, because it's annoying. But if anyone knows about Zoom out there, I was getting a few tips last night off Steve from River Juniors, brilliant. Thank you very, very much. I'll put that to Wayne, and we'll have a little look at that. It sounds good, great idea. I'm not going to tell you all about it yet, because we want to use it. It was great. Thanks, Steve, for the tips there. And the kids, there'll be more kids on board next week with our Young Commentators Welcome and All project, and also the Youth project, and we're looking forward to meet those kids, because those kids will be playing football soon. They can't wait. You can't wait as managers. And I can't wait to get out and about and start interviewing as well. And obviously the questions will be, what's it been like in lockdown? Has it really been lockdown? Have you missed the football? Ask the kids what's it been like with no football. It's going to be really, really interesting. We'll film them. We'll have great interviews. I can assure you we're going to let loose on everyone, because it'll be DXTL TV from the touchlines, literally. We'll be out and about. But as I say, I've got to keep fit for today. I've got to try and do this run. Looking forward to it, looking forward to finishing it, as always, because it's a massive run that we've got on the 25th of April. Now, we've got this tournament coming up on the 2nd Friday, Good Friday, the 2nd of April, and also the 4th of April, 5th of April, should I say, on Easter Monday, and that's for the girls. And as I say, we've been inundated. Thank you very much to all our managers who've been firing over the questions. We want to make it the best tournament as possible, if we can, and we'll give you all the ins and outs of how it's going to work when we get you there on that day. But I'll tell you what, I've never run a tournament. I've been involved in a lot of tournaments. I've always said, if I put a tournament on, it's going to be one of the best tournaments that the kids have ever been involved in, the adults and the parents, the coaches. And that's what my aim is to do. Well, I'm sure by the time this comes out, it should be full, if not tomorrow, the latest, for the kids side, the boys side of things on the Good Friday. And I don't think there's many games that's being played on a Good Friday, but this is going to go ahead. And we just decided we'd done that because the Saturday and Sunday we know will be open for leagues. They'll take games on, no doubt about it. They would, and the kids wouldn't be able to play over the Easter period. So we left Saturday and Sunday free, and it looks like it's proven the correct decision to do, because the Good Friday, as I say, is nearly full. The girls are all coming across now, under 10s, and we'll be doing more and more tournaments because kids love to travel, kids love to go on the minibuses, kids love to see different facilities when they enjoy them, when they play on them. We want to try and make it the best tournament ever. So I hope you bear with us, support us, because we've got a lot of ideas coming up to help you in grassroots football. So I assure you, and there'll be a Four Nations one. You watch that one, that's going to be very, very clever indeed, and it's going to be very enjoyable. We're planning that one now, working on it. We're 24/7, we never stop, I never stop. I took 8 days annual leave to hear me, and I've been working every single day through, because that's what I'm like, and I want to try and make a difference, not just within our communities, within the studio, within myself, make my life better if I can, keep myself active through lockdown. I don't know what lockdown is, I've told you that before. I work in support work and also voluntary, and I haven't seen one little bit of lockdown, one iota, so I can imagine just what you lot are going through if you're adhering to the rules and regulations, that is, and telling me all about lockdown. But social media hasn't been as busy as it was in the first lockdown. There's one or two singing, there's one or two, you know, on the first one, everyone was on social media, and there was a million things. But if you look now, it's, you know, it's what films, they're all swapping films, what they were watching, all swapping ideas, all playing football with toilet rolls, keepy-ups. If you remember all that, everyone was having a go at different things. Not to be this time, because as I say, most of the teenagers are out and about, and when I'm running, I do see quite a few of them. And I've never seen so many cars on the road in the daytime, in the night time, and even through jogging. Where's the lockdown? If the shops are all shut, where are these people all going, please? Anyway, we've got a couple of minutes left, just have a little touch of tea. Wow, quench the thirst, as they say, that's great. And we've been talking grassroots football. I'd like to know from you managers what you've been up to. Have you bought the new kits? Have you been in touch with the kids? What are they all telling you? What are they all saying about how are you feeling now? And there's one there, Dave Sheeran. He's been really suffering because he likes to get out, fresh air, keeps the kids going, and mental health issues have been really effective. I know that through this lockdown, and still are. How are you feeling now? Dave, has that lifted you? Give us a quick message. You managers, tell us what your thoughts are. Tell us if your team has folded. Referees, we'd love to hear from yourselves. How are you looking forward to it now? You're fully booked up from the 29th of March. I should imagine you will be. There'll be games galore. You'll be getting your pocket money back. And we'd love to ask the question to many referees. No one's answered this yet, and they wouldn't answer it on social media, not in a million years. You're in it for the kids, you're in it just to make the money, you're using it as a weekend job, as a daily job, whatever it is. We'd love to know why do you want to be a referee, because we know referee courses are coming back in March. There's a lot coming back in March. There's online testing that you can do with the county FAs. We know it's coming back. We know lockdown's disappearing. We know the results are coming back positive now from all these COVID injections, the vaccines. I've had mine. I don't know what they put in me. Everyone's talking about now. That's it. You're the tracking device now. They know where you are. So expect a knock on the door when they come to the studio. I don't know what it is. But as Wayne showed me last night, tracking device, and held his mobile phone up. We're all there. They all know where we are. Don't worry about that. And I don't think it's a tracking device. It's a liquid tracking device. But you'd have your own thoughts on that one, don't you? Anyway, it's been brilliant. It's superb. It's great to know that grassroots football's coming back. I'm watching the stories. I'm watching the stories about the kids, the referees. I can imagine the fixture secretaries and the leagues now are getting bombarded. What days you're on, what days you're finishing, because I know the county FA and the FAs have extended the season now to the end of June. So how does that affect most of these fixture secretaries? Are they going to be doing it? Are they going to say, no, that's not good for me? Because holidays may be back on, so it could affect a lot of children as well. But I don't know where we are with this holiday. Do you? None of us do. Anyway, there it is. It looks like we're coming to the end of our show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Get your thoughts into us. Hope you've been watching the videos on YouTube with Shannon, and obviously we'll put another one up with the kids very, very soon indeed. And I hope, as I say, I hope you've enjoyed them. Like it, subscribe to us. We want thousands. When Shannon takes over on YouTube and starts souping our station up, you're going to love it, because we're getting ready for grassroots football, and that's the return. Premier League, enjoy your games. Let's hope Liverpool can turn it round now and start winning some football games. That's me as a Red. I know you lot out there will probably say, no, I don't. And let's just hope we enjoy the rugby as well, and you all look forward to the sporting events, and that's keeping you going through lockdown, if it's lockdown. We'll be back again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. So for myself, Mal Lee and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line and Respect programme, have a great evening, put your feet up, relax, and as I always say, please be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7. Good night, God bless.